Hey guys, welcome back to the program. So it appears that Trinidad and Tobago is the only country that really supports or back the U.S. moves within uh, the Caribbean or the Southern Caribbean Sea. The countries of the Caribbean made a statement, and they're definitely not in the corner of the U.S. statement by member states of the Community of Latin America and the Caribbean states. They had a meeting earlier this week, CILAC, of course, on the extra regional military presence in the region, and they voted. I'm going to give you that information now. So, as of now, only Trinidad and Tobago appears to be back in that move. Antigua and Barbados, Belize, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Cuba, Dominica, Grenada, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, Uruguay, Venezuela, as countries comprising the community of Latin America and Caribbean states, CILAC expressed their deep concern regarding the recent deployment of extra regional military forces in the region. So you hear the amount of countries right there. I did not see Jamaica. I didn't see Guyana, and I didn't see Trinidad and Tobago. So, very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Here, they said, this is what they said. In this regard, it is recalled that Latin America and the Caribbean have been proclaimed a zone of peace, a commitment adopted by all member states and based on principles such as the prescription of the threat or the use of force, the peaceful settlement of disputes, the promotion of dialogue, and multilateralism, the unrestricted respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity, non interference in the internal affairs of states, and the inalienable rights of the peoples to self determination. So, this is statement. And they said, we also emphasize that the treaty for the prohibition of nuclear weapons in Latin America and the Caribbean constitutes a historic milestone that made our region the first densely populated zone in the world free of such weaponry. This treaty reflects the vocation of our peoples for peace, collective security, and the definitive proscription of nuclear weapons as a means of coercion or threat. Furthermore, we recognize that transnational organized crime and drug trafficking pose a significant threat to achieving peaceful and inclusive societies. Therefore, we reaffirm our will to combat them as a priority, enhancing regional and international cooperation and coordination within the framework of respect for international law and in compliance with the existing legal frameworks and international conventions. The CELAC countries signing this declaration call for the promotion of a secure environment and reiterate their firm commitment to defending peace, stability, and democracy and development throughout the region. So, as you can see, all countries within CELAC, the Community of Latin American States, we haven't seen Guyana, Jamaica, and Trinidad out of the picture. All the rest is saying, look, this is a zone of peace. We'll continue to have it like this. We do not want nuclear subs floating around in our territory. Do you know that there's a nuclear submarine floating around in the Caribbean waters now? Why are we doing this? Why are we allowing this? And why are some of our governments backing this sort of nonsense? Why? Well, these countries have taken a stand because CARICOM itself have signed a lot of agreements, multilateral agreements with the US from a long time ago to deal with drug interdiction. And that is why the Coast Guard, Qatar, and many others are in the region taking out drugs every day and locking up people. To come down here to annihilate a vessel and to kill people, to murder them, and then you feel proud to go on the world stage and say, "Ah, we just blew up a boat." Yeah, and you think that's something, you know. And there's some of our peoples who don't understand what is happening and go with that sort of behavior and promote it. You all wake up, but the countries are against it, and of course, Trinidad was the only one that really said that they are supporting the U.S. in this march of disturbing the peace in the Caribbean.